Hello, good afternoon. This is Drew with Drew's Crypto Channel. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Yes, Money Monday, as we say in the sales business, but not so much for the crypto market. 71,000 Bitcoin, Ethereum's around 2,200, Solana $83. All the rest of the coins, check them out on CoinGecko.com. Look at those first 100 coins, and that will give you a good point of reference as to what coins to start investing in during the bear market. I just saw that MicroStrategy just bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, so they're not slowing down at all. Great for Bitcoin. So it's an amazing, amazing day. Michael Saylor, he is going 100% into Bitcoin. And what does that tell you? If you're paying attention, it tells you that it's going to be a reserve currency. The US dollar, who knows what's going to happen to it? Is it going to hyperinflate? One thing we know is Bitcoin can only ever print 21 million Bitcoins. That's what the big institutions, the big banks, that's what they are putting their money on Bitcoin because it's deflationary. Already, over what 20 million have been printed, not printed, mined. And if you don't know how Bitcoin is mined or the process of creating Bitcoin, then that's something that you should look into, do some research as well. But that makes it only 21 million Bitcoin. Now, when you think about that, MicroStrategy is 780,000 some Bitcoin. BlackRock, 780,000 some Bitcoin, somewhere around there. These big players in the game are looking to accumulate a million Bitcoin. That is amazing because over the years with Bitcoin, a lot of it has been, you know, the keys have been lost, so it's locked. That means that is Bitcoin that will never be touched. Satoshi Nakamoto, his wallet is locked. He has a million Bitcoin, so that's never touched, never going to be spent. And, well, let's just say for now, we don't know if Satoshi in the future shows up or someone has access to that account, but it has never been touched. It has never been that those bitcoins have never been sold. Have never. Yes, it's always stayed at that amount of bitcoin. So over the last like what 14 whatever, however many years that Bitcoin's Satoshi Nakamoto made his last post in 2009 or 2011. I'm not sure exactly when it was, and just disappeared. That wallet with all the Bitcoin, one over 1 million, has never been touched, never sold, nothing. So that's considered. That's why Bitcoin continuously goes up. It's a big treasury of coins that most people believe will never be sold. So that's an amazing. That's something that stands out with Bitcoin, especially when there's only 21 million that will ever be mined. And yeah, so these companies, they're putting their big money, their dollars on Bitcoin, and that's creating, the U.S. dollar looks like it may be, printed out of existence in the future. It may hit hyperinflation, but what's not going to do that is what's that going to cause Bitcoin is going to raise in price because it's deflationary. That's why each Bitcoin continuously goes up because there's a set limit of Bitcoin. It's not like Ethereum or Solana or any of these other altcoins which have, unlimited supply as well. Bitcoin is the one that is proof of work, and it only has a set number of coins that can ever be mined. And the last Bitcoin will be mined in 2140. So that's why everybody's very interested in Bitcoin for the future. So yeah, look into Bitcoin if you haven't already. I would recommend reading the book and I should look exactly who the author is, but it's Bitcoin. It explains how it works. It explains how it would become a currency held by the Federal Reserve, and it will become the next uh, reserve asset held by the Federal Reserves. The So that's something that's very important, and I did want to get on just because it's Michael Saylor, he made that big purchase of over $1 billion, and they're going strong. So it looks like they're taking all their dollars and transferring them into Bitcoin, or so that's him. I mean, there's other companies who have treasuries in Ethereum. There's other companies who have treasuries in Solana. There's other companies who have treasuries in other tokens. And keep in mind, there's going to be ETFs, exchange traded funds, which will allow other cryptocurrencies to be as well used as companies like as companies uh, reserves or yeah, exactly what I was just talking about. It kind of just slipped my mind, but yes, I'm going so deep that I'm trying to think. So you're getting a lot of information on this channel, other things that people won't necessarily go deep about. That's why it's more of an investing channel. It's something that I want people who are watching this channel to want to learn about crypto, learn about Bitcoin, learn about Ethereum, learn about these different cryptocurrencies, so that again, it's an investing channel. So when you hear me speaking, I maybe if you're new, things may be going over your head, or if you hear me saying things, it doesn't sound like may sound like I'm just making things up at the time. But if you look at these books that I'm recommending, the Bitcoin book, you're going to see that it's definitely written, and that book is, I think, written in 2014 or something, 2018. So they were saying this a long time before I'm saying it in 2026. This is old news to all the people like Michael Saylor, to JP Morgan, to BlackRock, to the Federal Reserve Systems. They already had this planned out. I'm just giving you the blueprint without you having to open a book, but you should definitely be interested if you're someone who's in the crypto market. You necessarily don't have to, but it's always good to understand what's going on. Especially if you're new, it helps you understand when the market's going down. It gives you confidence that it's never just going to go to zero. Bitcoin is a reserve currency asset. It will be purchased by the Federal Reserve banking institutions, and it will be held by Federal Reserves around the world and traded through country to country. It may be the next one world currency that can be traded for each country. So that's pretty amazing. That's what I expect it to be. Of course, China's always gonna. There's every country's gonna have their own. We'll have the U.S. dollar, the dollar coins, and China will have their yuan coin, and Japan will have their yen coin, and Canada will have their Canadian dollar coin, and whatever. I'm sure there also will be central bank digital currencies as well. That's also the plan. But Bitcoin will be that international currency traded by each country and Federal Reserve. So it's a very neat thing that we're going into. It's something to look into as well. And I hope everybody's having a great Monday, April 13th, 2026. And I just wanted to get on because I did see, that Bitcoin's one of those that they just made a huge purchase as the market's going down. So, as I was saying, we're in a bear market, but until we actually see how low, or if people just continuously buy like this. I mean, all the banking institutions and things are buying up at this moment. So, hey, who knows how long this bear market's going to last? I don't want to get anybody excited. I'm not getting excited personally. I'm telling you, we're in a bear market. I made my predictions each time I make a video that the bear market will continue, and it will continue until they squeeze out other Bitcoin treasury companies, but maybe not. Hopefully, those they get to hang on as well, and everybody gets to see a next bull run sooner than we expected. But I'm not looking forward to that. continue with my idea that the bear market will be in effect for at least the next 2026 into 2027. Mm, through 2027 into 2028 is when the market should regain, pick up a little bit. But 2026, 2027 should be pretty much like around these areas or lower squeeze. And you're going to see what's going to happen is because when these Bitcoin treasury companies capitulate and sell back their Bitcoin, these big whales are just waiting. That's what I was saying in my last video regarding strategy and BlackRock and JP Morgan Chase and other companies as well. I don't know them all offhand. I'd have to look them up and just see what's going on. But yes, just expect that to happen. And once you do see that happen, I would say at that moment that's a perfect time to then go in or put your money into the Bitcoin or whichever coin because that's a good idea that the bear market is coming to an end and that once those bitcoins are bid up, are taken up, it's going to show that you know I'm sorry, my door. I leave it open. It just opens and closes with the wind. So if you hear something banging around off I'm in a trailer shooting the videos, so it's just the door blowing around with the wind. It's a very hot, beautiful day here in Perry, Florida. So don't get concerned. It's just the wind blowing back and forth, and my door's open. I usually put something in there to block it, but not at the moment. So yeah, I want to do these videos and as I said, it's a conversation, not too serious. I want to keep it light and breezy. I just want you to learn, that this is a great time to get involved in crypto if you're not already in it. There's a lot to learn. So I'm here to definitely just walk you through each step. And if I'm saying things that may be going over your head, that's something that maybe you should write it down and you should, look it up or type it into your computer, make notes so you can look up these things so you don't just think that I'm ranting about things I don't know what I'm talking about. These are stated facts that you can find yourself if you actually look them up or read a book as well. And it's good just to study. Look at the news, like I said, go online. It's very cool to see how the market goes, to see, the fear and greed, the psychological effects of the market, how you feel, what, yeah, and you'll feel it as well, when there's, good news and then the market goes green. Like we're up in the 70,000s now. We were just back in the 60,000s, and that's because there was good news. Now, if that news turns around, you'll see oh wow, fear, and then you'll see the markets get into the red. And so, yeah, just expect that. Watch the markets, see the psychology of the markets as well, how they work, also how they're manipulated, also how people are also not only that, but how people are sometimes greedy, and they make decisions based on greed instead of you know off of wise decisions. And I don't want people to do that on this channel. If you do, that's okay. But yes, try to be a wise investor. Try not to let your emotions get the best of you. You're gonna see if you hold crypto, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. And so you're sometimes gonna be way above what you put in, and sometimes you're gonna be way up below what you put in. And hopefully those coins don't go to zero and they do turn around. If they do, I mean, it's an investment at the end of the day, so hopefully it's money that you aren't afraid to lose. So that's the fun part, just to watch. And the market calls people like that diamond hands, people who just hold on. It doesn't matter how low it goes. And then when those then those are the people they talk about in the markets when it turns around and they see that they held on from like the top to all types of sight, the whole drop to the whole, you know, going up again, showing that these people are just dedicated. They're not worried about that money. They put it in there as an investment, and they're gonna keep it in there no matter what happens. They're going on. They're solid. So those are the diamond hands. Hopefully that's how you'll be. You'll be a diamond hand, or you'll be a great trader if you do decide that's something you want to do and trade your cryptos as well. Good luck. But for me, I'm not gonna say anything about trading. I'm gonna tell you about investing and things that I do to invest and the way that will keep you sane during like the bear markets. If it's 2 years, the market doesn't go up or doesn't show signs of going up, that you're still not too worried. You're watching all your. You're not selling. Hopefully, you're holding on. I mean, MicroStrategy. I mean, Michael Saylor last bear market. If you watched him, he purchased at the top. It was like 70,000 when Michael Saylor started making big purchases. I mean, he started low. He did make like a couple $1 million. I think like it was $20 million that he first went in with when Bitcoin was around like 9 or 10,000, $11,000. So he had a nice stash with $20 million invested. But as the market continued to go up, MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor decided that they were going to create a Bitcoin treasury and that they wanted to hold at least a certain percentage. I think it's so. It looks like they want to get to 1 million Bitcoin at least, and they started making purchases, and so he was making big purchases all the way up to 69, $70,000 in the last bull market, and then the market crashed all the way back down to $15,000, and everybody was convinced that Michael Saylor had made a very bad decision, and they were talking bad about Michael Saylor the whole time. Michael Saylor was, when is he going to sell his Bitcoin? What are they doing? Wow, he really made a bad decision going all in. Is he? And that's when the market started turning around, went from 15 back up to 20, from 20 back up to 30, 30 back up to 40, 40 back up to 50, and then people started questioning, well, and Michael Saylor bought his way back up. And then Michael Saylor was sitting on a $14 billion gain profit. And all of a sudden, Michael Saylor wasn't somebody that you joked about anymore or someone who made a bad decision. He's one of the wisest investors that the crypto market has ever seen. So, yes, that's why he was investing. He's a diamond hand. He is somebody that deserves respect. And that's why I got out and made this video today. So shout out to Michael Saylor. We love you here, and we respect you because you showed people how a true investor is supposed to invest, not just capitulate. But you were gonna hold that even if it hit zero, which you knew it wasn't going to do. But you showed all the corporations up as well. So good for you, Michael Saylor. And hopefully everybody watches that and look into that as well from 2022 when the back in 2022 when Bitcoin was down to 15,000 and Michael Saylor was holding hard, still making purchases. So yes, that's what I have to say today. It looks like my video is going a little longer than usual, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. And Michael Saylor did it again, so shout out to Michael Saylor. That's what the video is about today. $1 billion buy at $72,000. Good job. Thank you, Michael Saylor, for believing in the crypto market and wow, definitely believing in Bitcoin. And good job. You guys have a nice day. This is Drew with Drew's Crypto Channel signing off. Have a lovely Monday, and I hope to see you soon.